SuperStuff.
Hey guys, I'm Donald Duck.
And due to controversy, I'm now known as African American Panther.
And welcome to SuperStuff. Hey man, you're still up here, and we're chilling and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going back home soon, but I mean, it's what it is.
It is. I always get sad when I leave. But then it just makes me really appreciative when I come back. So
Say that word again, but real slow.
Appreciative.
You said shh. Never mind. We're gonna keep this podcast PG. This specific episode, we're gonna keep it PG. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So let's discuss something. Anthony and I are moving out of our parents' house. Turn that off. Yes, Anthony's song. Anthony's moving out. But I'm moving out too. Billy Joel didn't write a song called Shawn's Song. So, yeah. But I am moving out. So is Anthony. We just got a place. We're not going to announce the address yet because it's not set in stone that we're taking this place, but we're pretty sure we're moving in. I mean, we went furniture shopping. You went furniture shopping with me today, and we saw some stuff that we liked. But
I tagged along.
Yeah. I mainly was shopping for like a type of couch or a type of like chase or something like that for you guys to sleep on when you stay over. But the main thing is, we're really just now learning all the like stuff that goes into like financing and whatnot.
You're learning how to be an adult.
Yeah, we're learning about all the stuff that happens in the real world that we're going to have to deal with when moving out. But we're getting our place, and we're going to talk about decorations on this podcast. Because Anthony and I are very nerdy people. I mean, we run SuperStuff, yeah. So I might legally change the name to SuperStuff, yeah, by the way. Because when you search us on YouTube, you can't really find us unless you click on one of the specific podcast videos. But, that was the sound of our metal straws, by the way. Environmentalist, yeah!
By the way, can you not put your YouTube link, or you should put your Spotify link in your YouTube link?
They go to the same place.
Oh.
Yeah. Through the website that we use, they just both get uploaded at the same time. But what do you think about decorations? Because we're definitely going to have a game room. The place that we got is 3 bedrooms, but it's got a full finished basement and a pretty nice looking like living room, secondary living room duo area. You know,
it looks nice, and I look forward to coming over for many a good time.
Many a good time. Meow, 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 meow. It's me, Tanre. I talk like this.
I've always talked like this, see? Man, I'm from the gangsters. I'm a gangster, see? Man, moving out. Man, Anthony, Shawn, moving out. Man.
Many people have entered the cave of darkness, yet have come out. Oh, you'll find a man who thinks that 7 is a prime number, and a slew of different plethoras of cheeses and meats slurred all around the cave.
That went on for longer than I planned it to.
Exactly.
But yeah, for future reference, our new house has a studio room in it that we're converting to an actual SuperStuff studio. So we'll actually have a new location that's attached to our house where we'll have guests come and we'll actually be able to record and start shooting some videos and stuff that we planned on. And big news coming soon to the SuperStuff YouTube channel, the SuperStuff Show. For now, we do the SuperStuff Show as a podcast, and soon we're planning on doing the SuperStuff Show as a talk show type thing in the mornings.
Yep.
But for now, what we do is the podcast, and we're still going to call that the SuperStuff Show. We might call the other one SuperStuff Yeah or SuperStuff Prime or something cool. We're brainstorming names. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. We're pretty excited about it, you know. But the main thing is we're actually going to have a studio, you know, so we're going to be able to, and the reason why I just got reminded of that is I just heard the dogs barking in the background because we are still shooting at my parents' house. This will probably be the last podcast we shoot at my parents' house. But from now on, you probably won't hear dogs barking in the background. Granted, Gambit and Kitty are still going to live at the new SuperStuff house, but should we call it the Super Adventure House? I think we should call it the Super Adventure House because Super Adventure Brothers is us. Like I own the patent to that too, so I'm going to call it the Super Adventure House. We're moving into the Super Adventure House, and I keep looking over at him to like ask him to reassure me, but he hasn't even looked back at me in like a minute or two. He's on his phone.
These dang millennials and their cell phones. I remember back in my day when I had to pay a quarter to text someone on my payphone.
So what was your favorite thing that we saw today, Tanre? I mean, I know what your favorite thing was.
Ice cream!
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, no, we saw some really nice couches. We saw some love seats. We saw some couches. We saw some chairs. I think the coolest... Ooh. Wow, that was unexpected.
You just... Chair. Ooh.
So I think the coolest thing I saw today was that $350 looked like a diamond-encrusted Black Panther.
Yeah, dude. It was a bejeweled panther statue. And if we end up getting that couch, Anthony and I are like discussing it. If we end up getting that couch... and we end up getting the extra $100 off that we're like talking about, then you can just pay like the extra money and we can get that panther.
I want that panther.
It's such a cool panther, and I would love to have that in like a SuperStuff video.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, dude. Not to mention, I work with a couple guys at Pet Supplies Plus in Vienna. Go like and follow on Facebook. Great place.
What is it called again?
Pet Supplies Plus in Vienna.
Okay.
Specifically the Vienna one. Go like and follow that place because I work there and it's great. But I work with this guy over there that was talking to me about starting a YouTube show, and I'm going to help him out. I'm going to sponsor him with like SuperStuff's going to help him out, and they're going to call it the Weekly Haul because they do like they're movie collectors, and they each like get a big tote full of movies like every other week, and they like call each other and do like a weekly haul of what they got. And I'm going to be like, why don't we televise that?
I like it.
Yeah, pretty cool guys. One of his name's he's in the Nerds of the Galaxy. Speaking of Nerds of the Galaxy, tell us what the hell to follow, Tanre. Tell them how to follow. Talk about your Facebook group before I have a stroke.
So, as you guys have probably already heard in the last few podcasts, I've run a group called Nerds of the Galaxy. We are 5 members away from 600 strong.
5 members.
And
you could be one of the 5.
You can join the group. You just look it up, and it's just says Nerds of the Galaxy.
Study for your test, though, because there's a couple questions you got to answer.
Yeah, you have to answer 3 questions to get in.
What type of bear is best?
I don't know. Anyway, we are having our first annual
black bear.
First annual meetup, August 31st at Multiverse Comics on Southside Parkersburg.
2107 Pike Street, unit number 12.
It will be from noon to 8 p.m., probably a little bit later considering how long the Smash tournament we're having goes for. And then we will be having...
That's Smash, the video game, not the activity.
And then we will be having karaoke later on that night from 10 to 2. So dust off those vocal cords and come sing a song or two. You'll have a blast. And
it's astounding.
If you're an adult, you can have an adult beverage or two. Because we need to unwind. So there will be a cosplay contest. There will be 4 podcasts that we have. They'll be going live all day during the hours. There'll be things that are going to be raffled off. Raffled off. There will be other things you can purchase as well. And we will be supporting a very awesome cause.
The Hero Initiative.
The Hero Initiative. Yeah. And it's just honestly, it's just straight up dope. The Hero Initiative thing is amazing, and what the Hero Initiative is, if I can find where I did it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's looking through his phone right now trying to figure out the next words he's going to say.
The Hero Initiative, what it says is that the Hero Initiative creates a financial safety net for comic creators who need emergency medical aid, financial support for essentials of life, and an avenue back into paying work. Since inception, the Hero Initiative has been fortunate enough to benefit creators with more than $1 million worth of much-needed aid fueled by contributions. There's a chance for us to give back something to the people who have given us so much enjoyment. And,
like Batman. Gotta help Batman.
Because he isn't a billionaire or anything.
No. Hey, even billionaires need a little help every now and again.
But, no, it'll be a worthwhile cause. And,
don't want to go there.
It's just a great cause. And we can't wait to be a part of it and support. But please come by Multiverse. You will see a lot of people dressed up in awesome cosplay costumes.
And probably me behind a mic.
And me just wandering around trying to make sure everything is going smoothly. There will be a Smash tournament for this Nintendo Switch.
Shopping.
I'm not buying anything. There will be plenty of things to do. There will be food later on in the afternoon. It'll be a one-stop shop. Classic Plastics will have a table set up there, bringing some of their wares.
Vlasic?
And if you can't find what you want there from them, please feel free to go to the mall and check them out. They have an awesome store. They have a few games you can play there, pinball games, some actual arcade games. Tony's a great guy, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed when you go there.
Nah, dude, Tony's great.
It's got a lot of nostalgia, and it's also got a lot of newer things as well. So just stop in, take a look, and
look, I made a plane.
You'll have a good time. So, anyway, after the meetup, like I said, we'll unwind and have a little bit of karaoke, just a little time to chill, take a load off, and like I said, good time with good people. I've got a lot of people that are coming. It's going to be a really large event, and I cannot wait to see you there.
Yeah, dude, straight up. So, sorry, my laptop fan is very loud.
That's cool.
It's fine. But yeah, the Nerds of the Galaxy meetup, that's going to be really, really dope. We're going to have some live podcast panels going on that day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So come out, look up Nerds of the Galaxy. If you can make it, bring your kids, and if you don't have kids, then bring your dogs, and if you don't have dogs, then just come. Speaking of dogs, I don't think Gammy and Kitty are going to be very, very happy about us moving out, me and Anthony.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty used to Mom at this point. You know?
They'll be alright. I'm sure they'll spend a lot of time down here anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally right down the street. We're moving right down the street. That's where the place is. But I'm actually very, very upset about one thing in particular. Can you guess what it is? No need to guess. I'll tell you. We were supposed to move out a couple months ago. We looked into places, but we just never really found one. And then we finally found a place. So then we were like moving out, getting ready to sign a lease, and we were going. You know, like we found a place, we were moving out. And then one of our people that was moving with us decided last minute that she wasn't ready to move out, that she was still wanted to stay at home and still wanted to take care of herself, which is fine. Like, that's nothing wrong with that. But it did put a damper on things, and we did kind of have to step back and not worry about it because Anthony and I couldn't afford a place by ourselves at that point in our lives. However, since then, we have stopped looking at places and stuff. But while we were moving, I packed all of my stuff. Like, all of my stuff was packed up. We were straight up. We were ready to go, you know? Like, we were ready to go. We were moving out. And all of my stuff was packed up until about, I want to say, maybe a week or two ago. And we decided, you know what? We're just going to stay home. We're not going to worry about moving out. It's all good. And we were comfortable with that. You know, we were content in our decision. We weren't worried about moving out, you know. But then this place just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. and it's like it was just like meant to be, man. It's a really nice place. It's perfect. It's exactly what we're looking for, and it's honestly exactly what we can afford right now. So we got it, and now all of my stuff that I packed is back out in my room because I rearranged my room again and unpacked all of my crap, and now all of my stuff is packed up. So I'm going to have to repack my stuff and remove it, and I'm not going to pack a single thing until I am handed a key, you know? What are you doing over there?
Listen to you talk.
I'm not that interesting.
Okay. That's a lie. Talk about your show.
What show? Oh, Lacage?
Oh, no. The other show. What are you doing this Friday, Shawn?
Lacage Full. We had a whole podcast about it.
Okay, but it doesn't hurt to remind the people.
Go listen to the Lacage Full podcast. If you didn't listen to the Lacage Full podcast, go listen to the Lacage Full podcast. It's awesome. Yeah, we had a whole podcast about that. Joe Reeves was on it. Brent Knoll was on it. We talked about musicals and stuff. It was a really, really cool podcast. Seriously, go listen to it. But, so we're thinking about stuff for the game room. What do you've seen the layout of the house. You went and looked at the house with us.
Yep.
What do you think we should do?
Put all your gaming systems there. You can make a pretty interesting display case for them. And you guys will make it work.
Well, okay, let's go on a virtual tour, Tanre. Give me an accent that I should use for this virtual tour. Where am I from?
Okay, what?
Where am I from?
Your mom?
No, dude. Give me an accent to use for the virtual tour I'm about to take our listeners
You
on.
can be British.
British. Oh, which kind? Is it like, oh bloody hell, or is it like, oh bloody hell?
That's Cockney.
You're a cock.
Knee. Just a regular British.
A regular British accent, okay. So, we walk upon the house and we see this nice, beautiful, big porch. And, so we walk on the porch, it's good and big. And the yard is, I'm not British anymore, the yard is way smaller than the front porch. Fun fact. Realistically they're around the same size. But that's still kind of weird because the porch is huge, you know? But the yard is pretty like decent sized. So you walk on the porch, and you walk through the front door, and it's like a nice open area. And then there's like you can walk up a staircase to your right, and there's kind of like a big living room to your left. And you walk over, there's a fireplace. It's nice and stuff. It'll eventually have a sectional couch in it, hopefully. And then you walk through that big opening, and there's another living room. What's up, Phoebe? You okay? Yeah, she's fine. Okay, you can hear her panting in the audio. So you walk through the other room, and there's another little living room, and then to your right there's a kitchen, and then there's windows and stuff. You walk through the kitchen, and it's like a decent sized kitchen. It's like not terribly small, not terribly large. It's just like the right size, you know, like for two young men. And then you walk through the kitchen, there's a dining room. It's like a average sized dining room, not like a huge dining room, you know. And then there's like a back foyer and like a exit that goes out to the backyard. Backyard's decent size. It's like, it would probably take you like maybe 15 minutes to mow the front and backyard together. So it wouldn't really take long at all. But backyard's decent sized. Oh, by the way, you didn't go over there today with us. They already repaired the staircase. The back stairs,
Yeah,
they already fixed it.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
at least you can use the back stairs now.
Yeah, they like straight up already fixed that. But you walk through the little yard into the carport, and there's a garage, which I think we're gonna have my dad keep one of his cars in the garage because we really don't need the garage, and he needs extra room because my dad's like a big car guy. He has a lot of cars, like so many cars. Like, how could one person have that many cars? But like, he's got some really cool gems in his collection, so I ain't mad about it. But you walk there, and then there's a little stairway down into the basement. And the basement starts, if you go through the back door to the basement, you have like a bar. There's like a big bar and like a little room. Then you walk through, and there's like a little cellar type area with a bathroom, and then another big nice carpeted room that would be a really, really good potential game room. I really would like to turn that room into the game room personally, and I think Anthony agrees with me.
What room? The back room?
No, the first room in the basement, not the one with the bar, the other one.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 rooms in the basement. Well, 3 technically, but like the 2 with carpet.
Yeah.
Not the one with the bar, the one with the fireplace. I would like that one to be the game room. I think Anthony's on board with that too.
Well, I assumed that was what it was going to be anyway.
Yeah. And then you walk up the stairs and you're back in the kitchen. And then you can go through the kitchen and then go back up the stairs when you get to the foyer. And then there's a smaller room to your left, and that's probably going to be the SuperStuff studio. And then a medium-sized room in the middle, which is a room that we are either going to turn into one of our bedrooms or like a room for one of you guys. Like a guest bedroom for like one of you guys if you guys are staying over or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's this combined room, which is a really weird layout for a room. It's one room, but you walk in and there's like one huge room. And then there's like an opening that looks like it would be to like a little closet or like a little smaller room, but you walk through it and there's a room that's even bigger than that one. And like they're both good sized rooms with closets and everything, but like there's no other way into the other room, you know? Like it's a really weird layout.
It is a weird layout.
But what we'll probably do is have like a section, like a sheet or something sectioned off between us, or just one person take the one room and the other person take the one room and then use the other section as like a room for one of you guys, you know? But yeah, that's the layout of the new SuperStuff house, or the Super Adventure house, I should say. What do you think about it?
I think the house is magnificent and it will be beautiful, and I think that you guys will turn it into something exquisite.
Those are all adjectives. Tell me what you really think.
I think the house is crap.
I think the house is crap.
I'm going to burn it to the ground. No, I think it's a pretty awesome house. I think you guys are very lucky to have found it, and you're getting a great deal, so.
That's what you really think?
Yeah. And I think it'll be wonderful to come over and hang out.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to finally shoot our podcast in an actual studio now. Because, like, I'm getting sick of recording them on my kitchen table. I would much rather just like to do it, like, on my couch at my house, you know?
I don't have to tell people, shut up, I'm trying to do a podcast.
Yeah, right? Like, instead, I could just be like, hey, Anthony, podcast? And he'll be like, yeah, right. Or, like, if one of y'all's over, be like, hey, Ton, hey, George, hey, Phil, hey, Grace, hey, Maddie. That's my friends. Y'all want to record a podcast? And you can all be like, oh, yeah, time for a podcast. I get to be on the SuperStuff show with Shawn Price. It's an honor.
It'd be a blast. It'd be just be able to just the fact that you'll have access to where, because I know Phil and George, they'll come over to your house all the time.
Jill and Forge.
Jill and Forge.
Yeah.
No, they'll always be over at your house anyway. So.
Yeah.
I expect nothing but shenanigans and a good time.
You can't say that on my podcast.
I can say whatever I want.
Oh, he just dropped a bomb. I wonder what Anthony's parents think about him moving out. Because my parents are still kind of not convinced that it's
Your
happening.
mom's not okay with it at all.
She's not convinced that it's happening. I don't think she believes it's really happening.
Yeah, she'll believe it soon enough.
Yep. What is it? Tomorrow's the day we're signing the lease? You're coming with us. I mean, you're not signing, obviously, but you're coming with us. But yeah, tomorrow's the day Anthony and I are signing the lease, and then tomorrow evening we're moving our stuff in. Because I gotta work tomorrow, midday.
Yep.
It's so weird. Like, I'm not gonna live with my parents anymore.
You'll just be right down the street. You could literally
I
stand
know.
on your front porch and go, "Hey, Mom," and she's gonna be like, "What?"
I could probably throw a rock from my parents' house to my house. It's literally right down the street. But like, we take walks at night with the dogs and stuff like that. Okay, good thing none of them just heard me say the W word because they would have freaked out.
Phoebe is right here by my feet because that's where she lives.
Oh, well, she didn't react, so it's fine. But we take them on W words very often, and we'll just have to do that from now on. Like, she could swing by my house, pick up me and Gam, and then and Kitty. Keep forgetting about Kitty. And we'll walk around the block, and then we'll come back, and we'll be all good.
I think it'll be perfect.
I think it'll be good. I think it's the right decision, to be completely honest with you. I think it's the right decision. All right, well, we are jumping into the area where we're about to talk about our top 5s. Okay, do you have yours prepared?
Yeah.
Okay, well, today's top 5 is top 5 Netflix original series. So, do you want to go first, or shall I?
You go first.
Me go first, but I've talked a lot on the podcast. No, well, I'll go first.
Well, you're not getting cable, so obviously you're going to be watching a lot of Netflix. So that's how we came on this topic.
That's true. We're not getting cable. We're part of the generation that will probably end up killing cable because, video killed the radio store. Netflix killed satellite and cable. Pretty much. Anyway, my number 5 is Stranger Things. Because I have only watched a little bit of it, so I can't really rate it very high, but I love what I've watched.
I've never seen it. I don't know if I really intend on doing it, but I'll give it a chance.
I didn't know if I would like it. I didn't want to like it because I'm one of those guys who, if someone likes something, I hate it. If everyone likes one thing, I hate it.
So I've never owned anything Apple.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like Billie Eilish when I first heard about her because everyone loved Billie Eilish at first. Then I listened to her and I liked her. I didn't like a lot of things that most people love,
right,
until I actually I hated The Office for years. Never even seen an episode. But then I got into this whole thing where I was trying new things and I would never say I didn't like something until I tried it out. So then I like The Office now. But that's why Stranger Things is my number 5 because I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but I like what I've seen. Number 4, The Ranch. Okay. Have you ever seen The Ranch?
I've watched some of it.
It's so different from what I would normally like. So different. Okay. I'm leaving the Marvel series off my list, by the way. They are very, very dear to me, and Daredevil, in my opinion, is one of the greatest shows that I've ever seen. But I left it off my list because these 5 shows are really Netflix original shows to me. And so then I rated them a little higher. Marvel's kind of like a whole separate thing to me. I could do a whole top 5 Marvel shows, and Daredevil would be the top 3. But my number 3 is... crap, I can't remember if this was my number 3 or my number 2. Because I have a certain top 3, and I know what my number 1 is. Oh yeah, my number 3 is Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
I love Death and Robots. You showed me that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots is... You showed it to us at Comic-Con. Heroes and Villains Con in Chicago last year.
Yep.
With me and Grace. That you showed us both that show, and we both immediately got obsessed with it.
It's the most random thing you've ever watched.
The next season's coming out this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really funny show. It's really good, too. And the one with the robots...
It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
It's literally, I think 21 or 22 short videos.
They're 15 minutes or less. I think the longest one is 17 minutes.
Yeah, that people have put together, and they all have extremely different storylines. There's literally a story about yogurt that becomes self-aware, and it takes over the world.
There's one about different ways that Hitler could have died.
So... It's very weird, but it was a great show.
Oh yeah, my number 2 is Umbrella Academy.
Okay,
good show.
Great show.
Great show. Great show.
I think I have an idea of what your number 1 is, but I want to hear you say.
Yo, you don't know what my number 1 is.
Okay.
Guess.
No, go ahead.
No. I want you to guess first.
I figured it was Parks and Rec.
That's not a Netflix original.
But neither is The Office.
No, The Office wasn't on my list.
I thought you said it was.
No. No. My number 5 was Stranger Things. My number 4 was The Ranch. My number 3 was Love, Death, and Robots. And my number 2 was Umbrella Academy. I just used The Office as a simile.
Gotcha.
My number 1 is Sabrina.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sabrina's my favorite show of all time. And it's also my favorite Netflix original series. But it is my favorite TV show of all time. I love that show. And I know it's so weird to say a TV show that is so new is my favorite show of all time, because my favorite show of all time was How I Met Your Mother for the longest time, just because I felt like I needed to have a mainstream favorite show of all time. Otherwise, it was weird that like this or my favorite show. But then I did some like soul searching and stuff. I was really weird for a while, but then I watched Sabrina. And I really, really liked it. I really liked the animation in it. I really liked the acting in it and how just different it was from anything that I had seen before. And the social aspect of it, how it was just like everyone was hating on the show for the longest time. I just loved it. And my fiance and I, we watched every episode together, and when the second season came out, we literally watched every episode together that day. We both took the day off work, and it's just an amazing show, for real. Like I have nothing bad to say about Sabrina. They are really, really kind of rushing everything though, but I think they're only going to do 3 or 4 seasons, so it's good. But yeah, that's my top 5. Sabrina's my number 1. But let's hear your top 5, dear Tanre.
Okay. Mine is, some of ours are similar, but some of ours are different.
I think I know Love, Death, and Robots is on your list.
Yes, Love, Death, and Robots is on my list. Number 5 for me is a show called Last Chance U. It's a show talking about Division I athletes who get in trouble and go to this specific college where that literally they're like the number one. It's almost like a JUCO college, a junior college, and they go there, they play for a year or 2, raise their stock, and then try to get back into Division I schools. And it's like some of the realest stuff you'll ever see, and it's very interesting to watch. I really got into it pretty hardcore. Number 4 for me is Love, Death, and Robots. I think it was awesome. It was great. I mean, we've already talked about it. All those mini stories, there were just a bunch of different stories, and it's really cool to listen. It's really cool to watch. I can't wait for the next season. Number 3 just came out recently. It's called Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac. It is based off an old TV show called Knights of the Zodiac, and it is one of the most interesting shows. It's really cool. It's got a lot of Greek mythology in it, and you learn a lot of stuff about it. It's really cool. It's an action show. It's pretty dope. Number 2 for me is The Chef Show.
Yeah?
The Chef Show got Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man and some of the other Marvel movies. He did a movie called Chef, where he played a chef, and he turned out he was a really good cook in that show. But with The Chef Show, he literally is in the kitchen cooking meals, and he brings on celebrities and makes them meals. And it's so dope because the very first episode, he had Gwyneth Paltrow, and he made her a stuffed pepper, and he called it the Pepper Potts, which was really cool because that was her character on Iron Man. Mm-hmm. He's got Tom Holland on there. He's got RDJ. He's got a lot of famous people on the show.
I have not seen that.
It's really good.
I'm watching it.
Number 1 is Umbrella Academy.
Word. Really? Your number 1 is Umbrella Academy? Dog. Umbrella Academy was dope.
It's dope. I cannot wait for season 2. Like, it is so good.
I think the way that they're going to do season 2 is, I think they're all going to be kids.
I hope so.
I think they're all going to be kids throughout the duration of season 2, and then they'll get turned back into adults at the end.
Well, and hopefully they bring their brother back. That's the one that's dead.
You think so?
I would hope so.
I don't think they will.
Well, I think that they time travel. I'm
pretty
sure the time travel.
I think they'll leave Ben in what's the dude's face's subconscious.
Well, his power is that he can see ghosts.
Yeah.
And they can control inhabit his body.
Yeah, I think
But,
they'll leave him there.
I love the show.
Because Ben helped in the final battle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spoiler
My
alert,
favorite part of that entire show was where they all just come back to the house and dude turns on the music and everybody can hear it. I think we're alone now. And they're all dancing. It was so cool.
It's very cute. But yeah, we are running right about out of time. So make sure you guys follow SuperStuff on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. And go check out Xavier's. Grace is coming back today.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Grace is
big
coming back.
news. Grace will be back. Grace is done with her surgery, and she's on her way back from Cleveland today. Cincinnati. She was at Cincinnati. She's on her way back from Cincinnati today, so Grace is coming home.
Yeah!
We are seriously so excited to have Grace back. Oh my God, it has been too long, and we miss her. And we are going to get an episode of Xavier's podcast for gifted listeners up for you guys as soon as she is ready. We're going to give her some time to choose whenever she wants to do it, but the next episode, here's a teaser. It's going to have Philip Essenmacher on it, and it's going to be about Deadpool. As always, thank you very much for listening. I'm Shawn Price.
And I'm Tanre Franklin.
And you've been listening to...
SuperStuff, yeah!